Your breaking news, according to a report that is going viral as it is right now, says the military collaborates with Fulani to occupy our lands. Berom youths as alleged. Well, the Berom Youth Molders Association has alleged that the Nigerian military collaborates with Fulani herdsmen to invade their community and perpetrate several crimes. In a press statement signed by BYM, which is the Berom Youth, the Secretary General Elisha Datiri, and made available to Newswire on Monday, the group demands that government at all levels must demonstrate the political will to apprehend, prosecute, as well as to punish all aggressors and offenders without fear or favor according to extant laws governing Nigeria. The statement has read, the Berom Youth Molders Association wishes to note with deep concern the unacceptable plundering of Berom land under the direct watch of constituted authorities charged with the responsibilities of upholding all people's rights as entrenched in Nigerian Constitution, which is the 1999 amended. It is no longer news that killings of innocent citizens have continued unabated in Bakin Ladi, JOS North, South, and Berom local governments, among others, in Plateau State. These evil acts are being perpetrated by the Fulanis, the world's fourth deadliest known terrorist group, global terrorism. The Fulani people are the fourth deadliest, terrorists so far. It is therefore a known fact that the Fulanis have become a global threat. Between January and August 2021 alone, over 50 Berom natives, including women and children, have been killed in cold blood. Over 26 persons injured and over 30 hectares of farmlands have been completely moved down by the Fulani terrorists without any attention or consolation or compensation by the government at any level. Furthermore, there are more than 55 hamlets and villages in Berom land, especially in Bakin Ladin and the Berom local government area, that are currently under the forceful occupation of the Fulani, and in some instances have already been renamed as proof of an unprecedented wave of land grabbing. So that's what they are trying to do. The Fulani people are trying to grab the lands in Nigeria, noting well that Buhari has faulted Nigerian citizens by telling the Fulani people that they own Nigeria. Sadly, this carnage, genocide, and wanton destruction of properties are being carried out in the very eyes of the personnel of the Operation Safe Haven, whom government spent billions of taxpayers' money on their operation to protect lives and properties of all Nigerians, and they are being paid salary. Many instances, the military collaborates with the Fulanis to carry out these dastardly acts. The military's direct participation on the destruction of Berom people's farmlands and properties has at many times generated so many petitions, press conferences, releases, and in some instances physical demonstrations by the Berom communities demanding for the removal of the military. It is given the foregoing that BYM is deeply worried about the following: that there is a continued onslaught of the Berom people, which is being championed by the Fulanis and aided by the security agencies saddled with the responsibility to protect lives and property. The Fulanis have adopted a pattern of a continued destruction of farm crops of Berom almost on a daily basis, yet no decisive measure has ever been taken by the government. Why are the authorities turning a blind eye to the plight of the people and indeed other indigenous communities on the plateau, as attackers are neither apprehended nor prosecuted? Since the inception of this genocide and wanton destruction of farmlands and this present administration of Buhari, the Berom nation is left at the mercy of no one. There is hardly any government program or record of any significant relief, succor, or support to victims by NEMA as it is being done in the northeast and northwest. However, government at the state and local levels in Plateau State have paid at many instances compensations on cattle head to the Fulanis whenever they claim that their cattle are either rustled, killed, or injured. Are we not right, therefore, to conclude that government silence and inaction is a tacit endorsement of the onslaught of the Fulani killing against our people, and also land grabbing. The economic warfare being waged by the Fulani militia against farmers in the land has unquantifiable consequences in terms of food security, employment, and crime in the state, which are capable of crippling the national economy. In this situation, where the Nigerian government has utterly failed to guarantee the people's rights, would we be wrong to petition the international community under the United Nations system and other international institutions to come to our rescues? So these people are really demanding for justice from the federal government of Nigeria. Well, I think the northern people have been sleeping since they are enjoying the insecurity challenges they are facing in the north, because when southerners talk now against Buhari, they will be furious. They will be saying Buhari is good, Buhari is that. Now they are saying what is bedeviling them in that part of the country. The southerner would not just see evil and call it good. No. Well, in their own demand, they said the interest of justice, peace, and harmonious coexistence, government at all levels must demonstrate the political will to. Well, similarly, it has been said all the so-called bad eggs within the security agents will be deployed to maintain the peace within the state and beyond. That is the demand of these Berom people to the government, that all the security agents should be deployed to maintain peace within the state and beyond, who are alleged of collusion, collaboration, and active participation in attacks and sundry crimes should be fished out and dealt with accordingly. We call on government and all relevant agencies to be alive to their responsibility, especially in support of victims and internally displaced persons (IDPs) through SEMA and NEMA. The Fulani militia is a terrorist organization which the federal government should proscribe and declare as such as terrorists. We also wish to draw the attention of the international community and all lovers of peace and humanity to come to the plight of the Berom nation to avert total annihilation by the Fulanis. Those whose farmland have been destroyed should be compensated by the government to avert looming food crisis. In conclusion, we are calling on the entire Berom nation to rise to the occasion and use whatever legal means to defend their lives and their God-given land. This is because the Berom people have become an endangered species by the activities of these Fulani militias and terrorists. We are Nigerians with equal rights, thus cannot be subjected to the status of second-class citizens. The BYM also wishes to condole with our brothers and neighbors, the Irigwe youth movement, and the entire Irigwe chiefdom over the recent armed invasion of their communities, where several lives were lost and many houses razed down by the Fulani militias. It is very sad and unfortunate that such a carnage was carried out with ease in the presence of a military barrack. The Berom nation shares similar fate, and our hearts are with you in prayer. Do you think this Buhari administration, they don't know what they are doing? They have said it all from the beginning. Says those Fulani herdsmen and the so-called bandits, they are rampaging the country. They are into land grabbing. They want to grab Nigerian land. But I'll be reading few comments, reactions towards this. The children you gave birth to are now your nemesis. How ironic. You said you forgave Boko Haram and brought them out of the forest and said they have repented. Then you gave them army uniforms so they can walk with their fellow bandits undisturbed. Wow, now the knives you sharpened is being used to cut you. Those soldiers are the Boko Haram members, so well, they have been integrated to this army. Well, this is a jihadist government. What do you expect? Mr. Gowon's won Nigeria in it. Babangida's indivisible Ngige and Ojikalu's won Nigeria. Their own account to British High Commissioner. APC has failed Nigeria woefully. Well, time will not permit us to continue more. I would like you to share a comment. Thanks for listening.